Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I'm here with my kit number 1 from the Whole Kit Caboodle, and we're going to create a page using the papers from this one. So I've got that beautiful paper up there, I've got that shearer shed at the bottom, I have that lovely wood veneer, and I am going to use that one. So I think they marry beautifully. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to fussy cut out the shearer shed like I said I was going to, and I'm going to use that at the bottom of this layout. I just love this shearer shed and the detail of it is amazing. And this is going around the notepad here and the postcards that they have sitting there. Alright, I went off screen and I fussy cut the top one as well. I didn't want you to sit and watch that. Oh, sorry. I'm using scorch timber here to outline the fussy cut parts of the pages that I cut out. I did go and do that floral part on top of the brown or the beigey coloured one, and I'm just inking it so that it lifts it up off that wood veneer. Look at that, it's just beautiful. I've also inked around the edges of that wood veneer as I put it on the blue for the frame, because I'm going to use the blue to match my photo. Remember the sheet that had all the flowers on it from my kit? If you don't, I'll put a link here at the top so you can go back and watch, and you can see where I've gone and fussy cut all of those. Well, I'm taking 2 of them out and including them in this layout here. I've also pulled out some of the embellishments that were in the embellishment pack that marries this kit. So let's start putting it together. I'm putting tape on the back of this shed, and I'm putting it to the bottom. It's really important that I let the rest free until I'm happy with its placement. So I'm going to put in this photo. This photo was taken on Easter Monday. We were out at the Australian Pioneer Village, which is a heritage place that has the original colonial houses and structures from when Richmond and Windsor and Wiseman's Ferry and all of those were inhabited by the first fleet in the colony. So I took this photo of my daughter. She was on the fence of this old shearing shed, and it's perfect with this this paper. Actually, it just fits so beautifully. So I just love how it marries nicely. I've just popped that little floral from my fussy cut sheet down into the bottom here so that it drags the flowers from the top down, which you'll see in a moment. And the tape is just being very, very stubborn and not adhering to the cardstock for some reason. I do not know what is going on with tape lately. And then I am putting that over the top, and I'm dragging the flowers across the border there to soften that edge up. And I just love how that's stacking up and making it a little bit more detailed across the top there. So I actually start by putting that flower down flat, but you'll see that in a little while that I actually go back and lift it and pop it up a little bit so that it's got some dimension and detail. Just adhering in that flower corner over there to the right, and using some of the ephemera from the ephemera pack here. I have a little postcard that has the yellow flowers on it. I have the Akubra, which is so Australian, and I'm putting that here. My daughter loves her Akubras. She has multiple. And then, of course, you can't have an Australian layout without a cockatoo on it. So the old cockatoo is going up the top. And then I have this little quote that says, may your wishes come true. Because my daughter wants to own her own property one day. And she's animal handling trained, and she's going to go and continue to build her skills in that arena and hopefully one day have her own property. So I wish her luck, and I hope that she does fulfill that dream, because she really is meant to be on the land with animals. So I'm loving how this is coming together. I'm just gluing down the bits that are sticking up a little bit. Now that top edge there is a little bit rough where I fussy cut it to blend, and I don't particularly like it. So I'm going to try and soften a little bit with this Hessian stamp, just to add some burlap, or Hessian as we call it here in Australia, to blend it in a little bit more and add a little bit more interest to the overall appeal of the layout. And I love how this is coming together. I don't want it to be so blocky, so I'm going to patch it across as well so that it is a little bit yeah, a little bit staggered and a little bit patchy, and that will make it look a little bit more authentic on the layout. So I love how this has come together. It is turning into quite an effective layout. It's really, really good how this kit just blends and matches so nicely. And look at that, it's just turning out to be quite a spectacular piece of art. So, sorry, I'm getting sick again, which is not a good thing. I have these Hessian butterflies, which I found, and I'm just going to add those to this layout here at 3 points, and that's going to give me my visual triangle for this layout. And I just am so thrilled with how this turned out. It is such a spectacular piece of paperwork and artwork on the paper, and that photo just sits beautifully nestled amongst it. So that's my layout from kit number 1. I am thrilled with it. I'm just going to add in some gold Nouveau drops into the clusters, fulfilling that visual triangle, so that your eye will just naturally roam that layout. It is really important that the odds are there. Everything in nature is in odds. It's just a natural thing for your eye. So people ask how you get the photos to stand out. That's how you get your photos to stand out. I've just put in the date because it was Easter Monday. It was, as I said, our last summer day. We've gone into the cold now, and I just love how this has all come together beautifully. And you can see the stamping up there. You can see the layering. I love the extra bits and pieces that pulled this all together into quite a cohesive layout. So that's page number 1 from kit number 1 of the Whole Kit Caboodle. I do have leftovers, obviously, from where I have fussy cut everything out, and they will be put together into my scrap pile for this process. I've got the blue here, I've got the lighter blue, I have the leftover of that page where I fussy cut the flower header from, and the leftover of that page for where I cut the shearing shed from. And there you go. So base pages coming from those scraps somewhere down the track. Here is my layout. I hope you like it. Make sure that you check out the playlist down below of all the people that are playing along with Ginger and her Whole Kit Caboodle. I really do appreciate you watching. Hopefully I've earned a thumbs up. YouTube loves those thumbs up, so please hit that thumbs up. And I will see you very soon over in the next video, which I'm now recommending for you. Happy scrapping, everybody.